practice. Shit's real for Israel, war tactics. War paint on my face in the jungles. Camouflage and we all set, time to tussle. Yeah. They can't believe we done linked up blacks and Latinos, Mexicas, Taínos, Incas, Mayans, natives, indigenous, coming to the suburbs looking for the privilege. Yeah, it's time for payback, bitches. The wealth of the righteous is held by the wicked. We need that and then some, the gold in the land. Y'all stole it. The dagger armor had to make you hold it in your stomach. Make them all run it. Can't let them rise no more, they gon' plummet.
Yeah, his shirt is black.
Right, it's a black
so
shirt.
Where the hell did we get that view?
From the ignorant, the foolish one.
That's right.
You know what I mean?
So what we gotta understand is we gotta, as kings, we gotta stop calling ourselves a damn color in the crayon box.
You're right about that. It was just to try to, like, you know what I mean?
I get what you
Even though it says Negroes, that's still black, right? You know what I mean?
So that,
and then you gotta look next to it. American black.
what's next to that?
Judah.
So you would be Judah, not an American black. You know what I'm saying? The Most High never said anything about American black. Or he never said anything about a damn black man. He called you Judah.
Right.
You know who else comes from the tribe of Judah? Give me Hebrews 7 and 14 real quick. I'm gonna show you who else comes from the tribe of Judah, because that's a special thing to know when you're from the tribe of Judah and somebody that's much higher than you comes from the same tribe. You know what I'm saying? You got it? Bring it up.
It's the book of Judah. The book of Hebrews, chapter 7, verse 14. For it is evident that our Lord.
What does evident mean? Evidence mean like a known fact. It's right. It's proof. Read.
that our Lord sprang out of Judah.
Hey, our Lord sprang out of Judah. So if you a so-called black man, you from the tribe of Judah, and our Lord is from the tribe of Judah, what is our Lord? A so-called black man. Did you know he was a black man, or did you think he was that blue-eyed devil?
No, I knew he was a black man.
All praises to the Most High.
He had hair like wool.
That's right.
You know what I mean?
And only who has the woolly hair? We do. You know what I'm saying?
Buffalo soldiers.
There you go. So look, our Lord comes from the same tribe as us. You see what I'm saying? So it's a thing. You know, we can't just be out here walking around like niggas. You know what I'm saying? We got to be kings again. We got to come back to who we used to be. Right. You know what I'm saying?
That's what it's hard to do. It's hard to go back to how we used to be.
Right.
Because I don't know why, but it's hard to. Because there's so much dividing.
And that's exactly why it's hard. Because the Most High put a curse on us. The Most High said, because you guys don't want to follow my commandments, I'm going to curse you. Now we fighting our brothers out here. Now we gangbanging Chris Bloods and all type of folly going on.
I just got into an argument with one of my homies. He's from here. But I mean, there's a little incident that took place between two separate people, but some other dude was pushing it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, calling them names and who wants the fair one. So he beat him up. Yeah. So the other dude beat him up, but I was talking to the other dude like, you know what I mean? You really beat him up. But I said a name, and then he's my friend for 8 years, and he tried to basically check me about it, like, oh, I feel you said that word make me disrespectful. It's disrespectful. I said it wasn't directed towards you, and me, I'm not a gangbanger, so you shouldn't even have got offended in the first place. You know what I mean?
And you kept it positive.
Right, but he took it negative. He left, and I knew this man for 8 years. I'm like, I knew you 8 years, and that's how you gonna try to treat me. Okay. You know what I mean?
So look, let me show you something in the scriptures
that's
real
the
quick.
foolishness I'm trying to say, though. It's foolish. Like,
right.
You know what I mean?
That's all it is. It's foolishness.
That's deep.
But let me show you some stuff in the scriptures real quick, so I can kind of, test your spirit, wake up a little bit, show you who you truly are. You know what I'm saying? So you got that Matthew 18 and 11.
That's why I need to follow the scripture.
That's right. That's all you do.
Like, you know what I mean? Like,
That's your history book. You know, they took your history book and tried to get you to the wrong damn world.
I can read, but sometimes I can't read a book if it don't, like, interest me.
Right. Well, watch this. This gonna interest you right here. Bring this up.
This is the book of Matthew, chapter 18, verse 11. For the Son of Man is come to save that which was lost.
See, the Son of Man, which is Jesus Christ in the Hebrew Yahweh Shai, he's coming to save who was lost, the lost sheep. The lost sheep is on that 12 tribe chart right there.
Right.
And we don't know who we are.
Right.
We call ourselves so-called Latino, so-called Native American, so-called black men. So we're lost out here. Right. Give me Matthew 15 and 24. All of that. You know, we all call ourselves all of these different names, and we don't need to be calling ourselves.
Right. But that's the way we was brought up and tight.
And that's why the Most High is now waking up his people so we can bring our lost people and seal the elect so we can go home from it.
Right. So
Bring this out.
How do we do that better?
Matthew chapter 15, verse 24. But he answered and said, I am not sent but unto the lost sheep of the house of Israel.
So Jesus Christ, so-called Jesus Christ, said he's only coming back for the lost sheep of the house of Israel. It's all the people that's on this chart. So if you're not an Israelite, then he's not coming back for you. You see what I'm saying? So you should know right now that the Lord is he wants to come back to you. But you have to be able to be a man in these last days and stop being a nigga in this world and calling yourself black. You gotta let all of that stuff go and start doing one thing and one thing only. And that's following the Most High's commandments. See, the Most High said, I bid you to follow my commandments. If you don't want to follow my commandments, I'm going to put you down on the lower state of your life. I'm going to make you live a way that you don't want to live, right? Bring this out real quick.
This is Joel
Give me
chapter
Deuteronomy
2,
28,
verse 27. And ye shall know that I am in the midst of Israel.
So he's in the midst of Israel. He's in the middle of Israel.
Read. And that I am the Lord thy God, and no one else.
I am the Lord, your God, and none else. If I said, these are my brothers, but they ain't yours, what does that mean?
I'm not related.
So the Lord is telling you that he ain't dealing with nobody else outside of the children of Israel. He only wants to be the God of the so-called black man, the so-called Latino, the so-called native indigenous people, and so on and so forth.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
So why does people that's not part of the lost tribe, why do they brainwash us to mislead us even when we're young to go in that direction and think that that's right, and that's not even true? And coming up, you know these things,
Right.
Especially because your parents teach you.
Right.
I mean, your grandma teach you. You know what I mean? But then when you go to school and stuff, you have to.
Right.
You got to take in how you were just your great grandfather was a slave and that's it, and then you came from Africa. Right? You know what I mean? It's like, I don't believe that. Like, I mean, even though you might have been a slave, I just believe I'm indigenous to the earth, definitely. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying?
Listen to this.
This is Jeremiah 23, chapter 1. Woe be unto the
So it
pastors.
says, woe, meaning destruction unto the pastors, the people that's telling all these goddamn lies. Read.
That destroys and scatter the sheep of my pasture.
Who is the sheep of his people? Us, right?
Land,
So
right?
if they over here scattering us, making us believe all these different lies and philosophies, read.
Said the Lord. Therefore, thus said the Lord, the God of Israel, against the pastors that feed my people. Ye have scattered my flock and driven them away, and have not visited them. Behold, I will visit upon you
Hey,
the
the Most
evil.
High is going to come back to them with that evil because of what they did to us. Give me Psalms 83.
They misled us for centuries. I got that right. You know what I mean? That's
God.
what like the misled, and it still happens today. And when you try to tell people like how y'all are doing right now, like if I was someone who was really down in spirit, and didn't even know or didn't even connect with the Most High or nothing like that.
See that?
They're gonna be like, I'm not trying. They're gonna be ignorant and foolish.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? But
You're going to think that Sunday church is the way to go.
right.
But it's not. See,
No, it's not. It's not.
Listen to this right here. Read this one.
The book of Psalms, chapter 83, verse 3. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people.
See, these people, they done took crafty counsel with the children of Israel. They done did all these things to make us go off.
And consulted against thy hidden ones.
So they was in a little room, maybe some room like this in the back, at a long little table, talking about me. How can we make these damn Israelites go off? Read.
Verse 4. They have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance.
See, they don't want us to remember who we are.
Right.
Now we calling ourselves damn black. Now we calling ourselves all these different names because they did everything in their power to make sure we don't know who we are. They made us not know. They took all our remembrance off of us. We don't know who the hell we are.
They say the French was here first.
The French. Yeah, it was the French.
European.
They was here first?
No, before like the Spanish and the British. You know what I mean? And, some people speak Creole, French and Spanish mixed together. Where I'm getting at, you ever go to Niagara Falls?
No.
Okay, Niagara's still black, they're French, right?
Right.
But that's where they slaughtered like 2 million people at. You know what I mean? In Niagara Falls, doing right
You
now.
got some
Waterfall.
history.
Yeah, I
So
mean,
you at the end of the day, because of the history that you know, you got to learn how to put that with the Bible. Once you start putting that with the Bible, you'll start to see who your true enemy is. You'll start to see who you're dealing with. You'll start to see the power of the Most High God. Give me Deuteronomy 20:15, and you give me Exodus 20:2. Read this.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God,
If you don't want to listen to the Most High God, you so-called black man, read
to observe, to do all his commandments,
some of his commandments.
all his commandments,
Okay.
and his statutes, which I command thee this day,
Uh-huh.
that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
Is a curse a good thing or a bad thing?
bad thing.
Right. So the Most High said, if you don't listen to my commandments
You're
that
gonna
I'm
be cursed.
giving you, I'm going to curse you as a people. Let's find out what some of these curses are and see who they fit today. Read.
Verse 16.
Cursed shalt thou be in the city.
Who's cursed in the city? We are.
Yeah.
We live in the lowest places.
The minority.
Right.
they say.
We the ones who
Get harassed by the police, walking
right.
across the street,
Exactly.
going to the store.
We're cursed in the
or
city.
just driving a newer car than them. It happened to me. You know,
Bring it
I'm on
out.
the bus right now.
There
but,
you go. We
man,
living in the
but
lower
but
states.
It's like, how do you, like, the only way I can think of, like getting away from that is getting away from everything, being by myself.
I'm going to show you how to get away
live
from
my own
that.
life.
Let's continue to go through these curses, and I'm going to show you how you can get rid of all of that bullshit you got going on in your life. Read.
And cursed shalt thou be in the field.
Who was getting cursed in the field? Sugarcane field, tobacco field, cotton field, getting their damn backs beat in. You know what I'm saying? So the Most High did all these things because we didn't listen to him. Look at verse 37.
Verse 37. And thou shalt become an astonishment.
See, we're an astonishment to these other nations. What is an astonishment?
You said nation.
There you go.
We
That's
don't
all they
even-
are.
We're all one nation, right? And we don't even.
We one nation, the
Right.
12 tribes of Israel.
That's what I'm saying, but we don't even.
But
stick
the other
together.
nations, we don't give a damn about it.
Right, but and they damn sure don't give a. You know, they
They
don't.
damn about us.
They hate us.
Hey, there you
they
go.
don't hate the kids.
And
They
that's
hate
that
the kids. Like, you know what I mean?
establishment
They
right
be
there.
like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. It's like when I was younger and I had white friends. You know what I mean? Whatever
all
friends.
them has to
We
bring
didn't.
with my
You didn't know
friends.
like y'all were different people until you got kind of older, and then that's when you know.
Right.
Like, you know, the moms
You start
like,
to
hey,
learn who they
yeah,
truly are.
you like can't be around them. Like, hey, what did I do? Can't come
So
out.
watch
and play.
this, read.
You know what I mean?
A proverb.
A proverb. You want to hide something from the nigga, put it in the book. You know what I'm saying? We are smart saying. And they love watermelon and chicken. And they love talking shit about it. Read.
And a byword.
A byword, calling yourself black. Instead of calling yourself what God called you, which is the children of Israel from the tribe of
But
Judah.
even when you put down on a job application, you can't. They don't even need the opportunity to
Right.
put Israel.
But they do. Because they say other.
Right.
And I've been putting other.
And sometimes when you mark other, they be like, you got to put something down there and be like, well, hold on, wait
I
a minute.
put other, and
You know
I
what I mean?
put
I could be two or
Hebrew
more racist.
Israelite
You
from
know
the
what I
tribe
mean?
of Judah.
Right, but
Ah.
they should already give it.
They
like
should, but like I said, Catholic Council, they don't want you to know who you are. They don't give a damn who you are.
Right.
They hate that you are God's chosen people. So they don't want you to know that at all. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So of course they're not gonna be like, well, let's give them the option to say he's from the tribe of Judah.
How come when you find out, dang, it's still hard to apply that? Like, say, like if you say that I'm an Israelite or maybe what you really are, you know what I mean?
Right.
They don't look at you like, no, in Israel,
Yeah,
there's people
they-
living
they
already.
just-
And,
look,
you know what I mean?
Just play the game smooth.
Right.
Put that damn black for now. I'm African American. I'm gonna let you think that, but I know I'm a king on this earth. And when the Most High God come back, guess what? You're gonna be goddamn slave.
Right.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Don't worry about what they say or what they think.
right.
Worry about what the Most High got going on.
That's my bus, the Iron
That's
Bear.
your bus?
Yeah, Iron
Hey,
Bear.
well, look, you got a flag?
Yeah, I got a flag.
Look,
Hey,
man, hey, you an Israelite, man. You a king on this
Appreciate
earth.
you.
It's time to wake up. Look at that flag, man, and go hard. Huh? Classes on this?
Friday night at 9.
okay.
On Wednesday.
Hey, thank you. Appreciate y'all.
Save me. I know these suckers really hate me. I guess they mad cause they ain't me. You can try what you want, but God is for me. The angels all around, so you can't harm me. For nada, for water, for all your protection. And your presence, blessings and your provisions.